We were at Fremont Drag Strip, and I was pretty much minding my own business and saw this rabbit come running up the track. Then all of a sudden the thing started running towards me. It looked like I was going to just run past me. Its ears were up, and I just reached down and grabbed the thing by the ears. I picked him up, and it was like a lucky catch, I guess. It was really funny at the time. I was fairly quick off the starting line at the time, Prudhomme recounted with his hearty laugh. Well, don't tell anyone, but it was a lucky catch. How often does a man catch a rabbit? How many times can a man have a jackrabbit run right up to him? It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. That was fun. It was a lucky shot. There was a photo of it in Superstock magazine with a lot of the old school guys like Don Schumacher. Unlike many of Prudhomme's competitors, the rabbit didn't get cooked by the snake. That was a small and little jackrabbit. We carried him over to the fence and turned him loose. That was Don Prudhomme, and I got off competitionplus.com. Good evening, my name is David Peeke, and today I'm going to tell you about superchargers. And you're probably wondering, what does the story I just told you have to do with superchargers? Honestly, it has nothing to do with superchargers, except for the man who told the story, Don Prudhomme, was one of the greatest drag racers to live. So he had a supercharger on his car. But I found the story, and I thought it was interesting, I thought it was funny, so I figured I'd use it as an opener. But superchargers. So, the internal combustion engine is the engine that we all have in our cars. Except if you drive an electric car, you don't have an internal combustion engine. But the internal combustion engine works off of three things: air, fuel, and spark. So you have to have enough air and fuel mixed together in a combustion chamber. The spark plug ignites the air and fuel mixture and causes power. So, since the beginning of time, one thing that people have wanted to do was go faster. Everybody wants to go faster. So they figured, well, let's add more fuel to the car, and it's going to make it go faster. Well, that created the mixture, the air-fuel mixture, to be too rich. So when the spark would go off, it wouldn't burn all the fuel, and it would cause poor performance. So I thought, how do we make this better? And one thing they came up with is a supercharger. Supercharger, it works in many different ways. It can either be caused as a fan to push air into the motor. It can act as a compressor to actually compress the air into the combustion chambers, or it can be act as a vacuum and just kind of suck the air into there. A few ways it works is a supercharger is a mechanical device. So it sits on top of the motor or at some point in the motor, and it's either operated by a belt that's driven off the motor, or it can be hooked up to the exhaust with tubing going into the intake. But it uses the exhaust gases to turn turbines to turn this to force air, clean air, into the intake manifold. So with a supercharger, really air is forced into the motor, and it's not that it forces it in, but it condenses the air. It makes it a lot denser, which creates a better burn. So you get a more efficient burn inside the combustion chambers, and you can get more fuel and therefore get more horsepower. So it's really a basic design, and they've been using them for centuries, ever since cars were built. And unfortunately today I don't have any visual aids, I don't have anything to show you, any pictures, anything else. But I hope that you've enjoyed my talk on superchargers, how they work, and what they're used for. Thank you very much for your time. Good night.